Hey everyone, welcome to day 2 of the 6-figure book growth training where we're going to talk about why book titles matter. Now, why do book titles matter? Well, it works just the same way as going to go see a movie. If you go see a movie about Spider-Man or Iron Man or the Avengers, you would expect to probably see the Avengers or Spider-Man and Iron Man in those movies, right? It works just the same way with these books. And it's also just a quick snapshot of what you're going to be getting out of that book, and it's a great way to influence sales and drive traffic. Inside of the email series, we discuss green smoothie cleansing. So if you want to go on this detox and do the green smoothie cleanse, you probably wouldn't pick up books on how to bake cookies or how to bake cupcakes, right? It's the complete opposite. Although that book may be talking about green smoothie cleansing on the inside of it, you didn't give them a quick enough snapshot just by your title for them to even click the look inside of your book. So the whole point here is to influence sales and drive traffic for your book, but you got to get a couple things right. So let's go ahead and go over to this bestseller page, which you should have inside of your email. Now let's just scroll on down here to romance and contemporary, and I guess we could click this book right here, The List by Alice Ward. So quick snapshot, The List. Let's just read the description. We love the chase, thrive on the hunt, but hate the entanglement, so we created the list. So just by that I can tell it's probably a list of somebody, I don't know who. The List, a top secret database of New York's hottest woman. Okay. As one of the 4 entrepreneur billionaires who devised it, I live by its rules. So, just that quick, this book tells me that there's a list of the hottest woman inside of New York, and that builds my interest right there. It pulls me in right away because the author told me exactly what I was getting from the title. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if your book does not do this, if it doesn't pull the reader in right away and tells them exactly what they're going to be getting from this book, you lose the sale, they're going to click off of your page, and they probably won't come back to this book, even if they see it, because they can already see that it's not telling them exactly what they want to get out of it. Although the content of the book may be spot on, you need to make sure that your title is also spot on with that content. Now, one of the other reasons why your book title needs to be correct is because of this right here. Readers are going to be leaving reader reviews, and you can see that this author has some pretty phenomenal reviews on her book. The last thing that you want, though, is somebody saying, hey, this didn't really match up to the title, but I read it anyway. It's a great book, you'll like it, but it just wasn't the right title for it. That will destroy your book sales instantly. I promise you, I've been through it before, and that's the last thing you want is a bunch of 1-star reviews just because you couldn't get something simple right. Now let's just look at one more example. Let's see here. Winning streak. Now, before we even click on this, we can probably see from the book cover itself it has something to do with sports and that this person is on a winning streak in some way, shape, or form. So let's go ahead and click on it and look a little further. Fake girlfriend, fake fiance, real alter. I have two passions in life, baseball and woman. So exactly, the title told us that he's on a winning streak, whether that be with the woman or baseball, but it has something to do with sports and it's related. So any readers that would be interested in this content, they would automatically put two and two together and say, hey, winning streak probably has something to do with sports. I love sports. It's also a romance. I love romance, and it's a pretty hot guy on the cover. So now the question is, how do you come up with good book titles? Well, what you do is just go into the market, whatever your market happens to be, and you look collectively at all the bestsellers in here, and you take their titles and you come up with one on your own. Although your title may not come directly from this, you wouldn't want to put winning streak up there or winner's winning streak. You want to be creative and come up with something on your own. But it also has to pertain to the content that you're writing. These are strictly for inspiration and motivational purposes so that you can come up with your own. So depending on the content that you're writing, this is where your book title is going to come from. She could have easily put fake girlfriend or fake fiance at the title, or alter romance or something like that. You just have to get a little creative when it comes to your title, but don't give up, stick with it, and one of the most important things to remember, do not confuse the reader, just as we used in our example earlier. If you're looking for a book for green smoothie cleansing, don't talk about baking cupcakes and cookies in the title. Just don't do it. Alright, if you haven't already, go ahead down to the description, join the 6-Figure Book Group Secret Facebook group where you're going to get publishing tips, advice, and strategies in a community of people all heading to one place in their publishing journey. We'll see you on the inside.